Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on YouTube? This is your boy EXNTV, aka Elite XNTV, and welcome to the April 10th edition of the No Holds Bar podcast, alongside with my boy ECR and Cavante, the returning Cavante. How you feeling, man?
Like shit. I'm sick. I feel like I got hit by
I,
a car, dog.
I can see, man. You got the ghost mask and everything. Like you just already just like
Yo,
can't do it.
like I need to cover up as much of my face as possible right now, dog. Like it's ugly under here.
I see you. I got you. I got you. How you doing, Element of Reviews? Cause they always okay. Anyhow, guys, I wanted to get off to the topic real quick, and it's been talking about over Twitter, and I didn't get to this last week because I was feeling sick too. So, so basically, I think it was 2 weeks ago. I'm not for sure. On Twitter, there was some controversies of NBA 2K and Pink Diamond locker codes, and basically everybody was talking about that locker codes must go. Now, over that, alongside of that, there was commentators such as Chris Move and Jito putting up videos why shouldn't or should locker codes must go. But then it got a little bit kind of heated when Chris Move took jabs at Gento saying hashtag keep your dislike bar on and da 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 da. And honestly, I think that kind of went a little bit too far, in my opinion. I think Chris Move, he's one of them guys that, you know, if he makes an opinion video, everybody jumps on the bandwagon. But in my opinion, with the locker code situation, honestly, I don't think it needs to go. I just think like it just needs to be tweaked away so that way it doesn't have to be a problem. But everybody on Twitter like, Nate, no, he's gotta go. He's gotta go because he did. The only reason why people are saying this, and I know you're gonna agree with me on this, Cavante, the only reason why people are saying that locker codes must go is because they don't got the Pete Diamond card. That's it.
I mean, this is from personal experience. I've gotten home from school, set up my laptop, my Xbox. I had my game closed out. I cut it on, lock and code ready. I got my phone in one hand, controller in the other. I typed in the locker code. Didn't work within 5 seconds of the locker code coming out. They
Mm.
ain't gotta go, but leave locker codes and my team two separate things, dog. It don't work out. Because if I see a YouTuber saying, "Oh, locker codes just came out. Let me get my setup ready," and it take them 5 minutes to get their setup ready, and they get the locker code, and I've been waiting 5 seconds and I don't. I think something fishy, dog.
And you know, and then what really got me frustrated, you know, me being an NBA 2K player and you being an NBA 2K player, me and you will both agree on this subject is that once somebody hears somebody says that something has to go, they bandwagon on that. And I think it was like a week ago I put up a video saying that locker codes for rare players should be different, and I said it should be like a playoff style format where you will have to play maybe a super stack team and really put your skill to the test instead of actually a typing competition which is has no skill. How about you to put your actual skills in 2K, face a super stack team that the 2K devs put together, and face the whole team in 7 games. They should have like a little section that says Pink Diamond Challenge. And you can do this only one time. Once you've done it, you can't do it again. That's it. It locks you out. That's why I suggested in my video that it should be playoff format and just be completely taken out for sure.
I mean, honestly, if they really want to give pink diamond cards away or specific cards or special cards, I don't know what they gonna do because if you put them in a pack, some people gonna get them in packs, some not. I feel like you just need to find a guaranteed way to get it out because honestly, the way I feel, I don't think they should be putting quantity. If you're gonna put a locker code out and give away a player, put a time step on it. Say you got 30 seconds, you got a minute, you got 3 minutes. Do something like that, because then you know how long you got, and you can
Mm,
tweet out the code's not working. Do something. But when you
correct.
say there's 500 out there, go get them. and then you see 3 people say I got it, 500 people saying I didn't get it, and then people saying I got it, I got it, I got it. It's just chaos, dog. That's all it is.
I mean, and then and then another problem with people is that they act like this is why I have a problem with this 2K community, because sometimes I was looking over Twitter and how many people were commenting, and this is where I had a problem with the 2K community. And then there was another guy on Twitter that's agreed with the subject. The 2K community act like they don't got nothing else to play. That's the problem. They act like they don't got nothing else to play. For all we care about, you think 2K is the last game you can play. You have other games. You got Mortal Kombat. You got Dragon Ball Z. You got WWE. You can even go hop back on your Xbox 360 to play with friends. It's not like y'all don't got other games to play. You see, the 2K community talking about, oh, this and that. Oh, my team needs to go. Blah, 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 blah. And then they like, oh, 2K, I'm not buying 2K. I'm going to NBA Live. Y'all, and then they be like, oh, I'm not playing this game no more. I'm selling it. Oh, I can't. But then they be like, oh, but then I don't got nothing else to play. Yet, you got all these other games out here, and yet y'all don't notice it. And people just trip me out about that. I'm like, really? Just really? Like, y'all don't notice this? Like, since day one, I knew my team was going to be bad because how the cards were. As soon as you look at the cards, and Chris Move and every other commentator talked about it. Well, actually, it was only Chris Move. The cards, they're basically suckering all these guys that spend their money on packs on my team. And most of it's coming from packs and buying VC. Guys that spent most of their money on players that are basically identical.
Yeah.
And really what gets me the most is that 2K puts a stamp on these players. Like the Gary Payton that Chris Moore talked about in one of his videos, that how the Gary Payton, the Steel Ruby Pack one, was lower than the original Ruby Gary Payton, which makes no sense whatsoever. It's one overall lower, and all his stats are decreased, which makes no sense. The only problem I have with this conversation is that Chris Moore made this a conversation between Mutt and 2K. 2K, this is the first time 2K's actually done, well, actually, this ain't the first time, but this is the first time they actually had, like, a conservative, like, auction block. He's comparing this to Mutt. Mutt's been there for a while now with the auction block, how the players overall changes after, new cards, they get new cards and they get upgraded. The problem is that you can't put a football game of Ultimate Team and compare it to another My Team, because you just saying that My Team in 2K is pretty much like Mutt. That's what they're saying. It's like they should do it like Mutt. They can't do it like Mutt. That's the problem.
I mean, when it comes to my team, I gave my team up a long time ago because my players are 94 overall, and I was spending my hard-earned my player points on getting packs, and I would get more gold players out of Onyx packs than I got like gold players out of gold packs. It just wasn't worth it for me. When it comes to being a hypocrite about 2K saying the game ass and shit like that, and I ain't playing them up, I'm guilty of that. Whenever I get mad, I let 2K have it. That's why I don't live stream 2K, because Ronnie would probably shut down my servers. I gotta split my hatred in half. It's just Ronnie got the bad at half end of it. When 2K doing me good and I'm feeling good, I thank LD. When it's doing me bad, I just blame Ronnie. But when it comes to having something else to play, if you play in 2K, you need something else to play. Like 2K, when this pisses me off, this case gets thrown around. I toss this shit. I mean, I need something else to play. I ain't played this in like 3 months. I'm about to play it now because 2K just pissed me off. This, you probably can't tell that's Dragon Ball Z. I got the metal case day one. I've been a Dragon Ball Z head since it came out. I've been playing this since it came out. When 2K pissed me off, believe a nigga online getting hit with the Wolfang Fist, dog.
Oh my dude.
Call of Duty. I don't even play Call of Duty like that, but sometimes you gotta shoot a nigga in the head when 2K pissing you off. Like,
right.
Well, 2K, like, yeah, you can't blame 2K for being 2K. 2K fixed your servers. They servers been ass since they had online. 2K fixed your gameplay. They've been improving their gameplay, but we gonna keep finding cracks. And as soon as we find something to exploit, everybody go exploit it. Don't blame 2K for shit that you know you go exploit. Stop exploiting it. If you find an unblockable shot, everybody go get it. All because one person got it. Just let it go. But hey,
Exactly.
sometimes it's the community, sometimes it's 2K. We gotta learn to work together.
And then another thing is that when people find these exploits, people get mad because these exploits in the game, but you letting it, but yet y'all doing it in the process. Like, really? How are y'all gonna be talking about getting mad, saying, "Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm getting mad because this guy's cheesing on the court. Oh, I'm mad because he's 7 foot." Yeah, y'all doing the same thing too, and y'all act like y'all innocent. That's what I hate about this 2K community. They act like they're innocent, but they ain't. I'm sick of it.
I hate that I run around with a 6'8" small forward, and every time I step in the lobby, oh, how tall is your dude? 6'8". What is he, a shooting guard or a point guard? Why you think
And
he's a shooting
that's
guard or a point guard? He is 6'8" small forward, 235. I made a power forward 7 foot. He about 275.
and 2K allows this. This is the problem. Where you make guys that are 7 feet tall, maxed out wingspan, maxed out everything. They max out everything. There's no way you can stop that. And honestly, I'm kind of losing my head when it comes to this, because every time I've seen people either on the park or the rec center, I'm kind of like, how, and people will be like, "Oh, how tall is your dude?" I said my dude is a 6'6" shooting guard from the University of Purdue. He's got 43 badges, and he can do everything all around. And then this guy's like, "Oh, I thought you were just," and then they'd be like, "Oh, I'm a 7 foot power forward. I'm a 7 foot small forward," and I'd be like, "Nah, I don't run with cats like that. Nah, thank you. Good day."
I mean, the 7 foot small forward thing. I mean, I know it's a video game. That's a video game character, dog. Until you measure up KD, I mean, how tall is Giannis Antetokounmpo? Hold on, let me look that shit up.
Yeah, please look it up, please, and please tell the podcast how tall he is, because I know he's got a pretty good wingspan. I know he's got a pretty large wingspan. Matter of fact, let me take a look at KD too. While I'm up here. Well, while I'm on my computer, since I got time.
All right, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 6'11".
All right.
KD, I'm pretty sure you're not a 7 footer either.
I'm about to check that out right now.
And honestly, if you give people these unrealistic things, hinder them elsewhere. If you got a super tall dude, take away some of that dribbling ability. Take away some of that, if you're making your dude super heavy, take away some of that speed. If you're making your dude real light, take away some of that strength. You can't make the perfect player. You got to be good at something and bad at something else. You can't just be perfect all around. And that's what gets to you.
And then people be like, "Well, it's like, well, I don't care because I'm still winning games." But yet, y'all making the game broken as it is. It's bad enough that the patches are even dumb broke when the game starts playing. When they start pulling out the patches, the game's even getting more broken every day. And then people are talking about, "Well, that ain't our fault." Half of the stuff that the community does just makes you want to like grab every person that does it and just grab them by the throat and just start whipping them around like they got like Brock Lesnar and just give everybody a suplex. It's so annoying how every time I go in the JRC or I go on the park and I'm trying to play some 2K and I'm running with my friends, and then everybody keeps asking me, "Yo, how tall are you?" And I say I am a 6'6" shooting guard from the University of Purdue, and they be like, "Oh, I'm 7 foot tall. I got all the badges, and my wingspan's not that." I was like, I don't care. If I'm still beating you on the park, that's sad. Because I don't care how tall you are. I don't care if you used it every cheese. Sunset Beach though. You know what gets me about Sunset Beach? Every time I can never go there no more. Because every time I go out there, all they do it's a 3-point contest out there. There's no way you can score threes now. Actual 1-point baskets or dunking. It's a 3-point contest out in Sunset, and you got a bunch of 7-footers doing this.
The only thing I don't like about Sunset is the zigzagging. Because since they got the 3-point shot, they try to zigzag a lot. I mean, it's ways to stop the cheese everywhere, but everybody don't know it. Like 2K don't exploit how to stop cheese. When you zigzag, don't sprint, don't hold the back button to try and play intense defense. You walk, you keep a hand in their face. That's how you stop zigzagging. When you got these 7'3" monsters in the paint, don't jump. Hands up defense. Sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. If they got their inside score maxed out, double team in the paint, they not go past perfectly. Because I've yet to see a 7-foot center 7'3" center, and they got they freaking playmaking maxed out.
Yeah.
You don't see that.
Nah, you don't see that. And like the funny thing is that most of the time, I think we talked about this a couple podcasts ago, that this community is now basically the Monstars from Space Jam. Yeah. It's like a battle. It's like you got that Michael Jordan, and then you got these decent half okay players, but then you going against this super beefy all-star team that's ridiculous. It's like they got every ability maxed out at 99 apiece. And Sunset, they're ridiculous because since they got the 3-point boost by joining it, that's why it's a good thing I went to Brooklyn. Shout out to my man Cavante for suggesting that, by the way. Old Town representing. Let's go. The thing about it is that people don't know how to play basketball. That's the problem. I know it's a video game and all, but still, what happened to the game where you had to play simulation? What happened to all that stuff? I remember when you could actually play simulation style basketball, and there will be no problem. There will be no argument. Nowadays, people are just finding the most cheesiest way, most glitchiest way to actually beat you. And then another thing is that people are doing it, and it's aggravating. And then on top of that, 2K, they just having a good laugh at it. They're just like, oh, this is good.
But the problem I have with 2K, when the game first came out, they said the 2K players who are like 2K vets will be able to play somebody who just picked up the controller and have a good game. I don't think it should work like that. If you don't know what you're doing, send them to the tutorial, give them a little learning curve, but there is no way somebody who doesn't know how to play the game, all they know how to do is shoot and drive, should be able to play with somebody who knows how to shoot, drive, crossover, post game, all that. There's no way there should be a good game between that. Because if you look in the NBA, that's not a good game. There's no way you should give somebody a shot that they're not going to make over good defense because they're getting blown out and then they get a magical comeback. That's not real.
And it's like the same thing when you going up. See, I play rank match. I don't usually play my team a lot because I think my team just makes me want to throw up in my mouth. No offense to any, no offense to all my viewers that are watching this, by the way. The thing about when I'm going up against people online, I always tell them like, look, good luck, man. Have a good time. I'm not here to cheese. But then as soon as I say that, they just all of a sudden just chucking up threes. And the most team that has been used so far, I've been playing ranked matches. I played like 10 ranked matches in a row, and every time I hop on there, everybody wants to get the Golden State Warriors. Everybody wants to get the Golden State Warriors. Everybody wants to cheese with Klay Thompson. Everybody wants to cheese with Stephen Curry. See, I had to stop on that. I put a stop on that, no matter what. Like everybody else represents their team, I represent Chicago. I love my team. I don't care. I will never diss my team. I will never use another team. I will never use Cleveland or overpowered team. I will actually, if you had the most overpowered team ever, I will always pick Chicago Bulls because I know my team is good. I don't care if this team is still sad. If I still beat you, then that's sad. Simple.
I mean, I'm a Celtics fan, and I ain't gonna lie and say I play with the Celtics 100% of the time. I give every team a try. I done played with teams like the Sixers, the Bucks, all the way to the Wizards. And the only problem I got, like, because I like playing with Golden State, not because it's 3-point shooters everywhere. I'm a big fan of Iguodala. I'm a big fan of Harrison Barnes. Like, I love cutters.
I
And when
like
people
dunkers
see,
too.
when people see Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson out there and they throwing double teams, I get the ball to Iggy and Harrison Barnes and even David Lee with the post game. I can play every position, so I can score with everybody. I'd have had a game where David Lee put up a dub, and he was the MVP of the game, and people saying, "Oh, you a hacker of the game. David Lee ain't that nice." Like, because you don't know how to play defense at the P4 and you just double teaming niggas, that don't mean I'll hack the game. It mean you suck.
I mean, I actually, and people in 2K, this is what I have to say to 2K. They really underrated the 76ers, and I was kind of mad. I think my two favorite team, well, actually, my top favorite three teams to play on ranked matches, of course, my Chicago Bulls being one, Boston Celtics being two, because Isaiah Thomas online, by the way, he too nice.
That's my boy.
He too nice. He deadly. And my third favorite team is using the Milwaukee Bucks, because I love using Giannis and Giannis, the Greek freak. I can't say his last name. Do not hate me in the comments if I can't say it. Yeah, please don't hate me. Don't hate me in the comment section for not pronouncing his name right. But I love using teams that are young, but they're very athletic, and they can actually do most of the stuff. Like, I think one time I played online with the Milwaukee Bucks, and I had Michael Carter Williams, the guy that he's like, oh, he sucked. Oh, he ain't doing nothing. He dropped 25 points coming off the bench. He had a double-double and nearly a trip-dub with steals. He had 8. Well, actually 9. He had 9.
That's a Michael Carter Williams game, though. I mean, you can't handle that. I ain't played with the Bucks much since Jabari got hurt, because I was a big fan of Jabari. I still think he should have won #1.
And honestly, I play with all teams. I mean, if I play with the Houston Rockets, I play maybe once or twice, maybe at the maximum. But I get a chance to play with every team. When I did the 76er challenge, I mean, yeah, it was frustrating, but at the same time, I still got through it. And yeah, I lost by 1 point, but yet they were still fun to play, honestly.
I mean, because I used to play with Cleveland, and the thing I like to do, I like to bench LeBron, like give him no minutes. Because when people see you play without LeBron,
they assume they're going to win.
Game ever. They assume they're going to win. They forget that team of people like Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving. And that was before they got J.R. Smith and Amon Shumpert. After they got them, I just stopped playing with them because it's too stacked. Like, honestly, I can run Shumpert the 3. I can bring J.R. off the bench and bring Kevin Love off the bench and just run Kyrie and Shump.
Or just put what you call it. Just have freaking Kyrie and JR just switch off from point guard, because I've seen a lot of people doing that now. It's just having them switch off, especially substitution wise. I was like, oh my god, I can't do this.
I don't like when JR at the 1, because JR is a shooter.
Yeah.
And I know how JR play in real life, and that's how I play with him. If I'm swinging the ball and JR touch it and he got a lick of space, I'm shooting it, because that's JR.
Of course.
If he ain't got much space, but he got a lane and it's a risk, I'm going to take that lane because that's JR. So, I usually like to have a good ball handler at least out there with JR, because if he get cold, he gets stripped, he get blocked. I mean, you got to have another option.
I mean, pretty much, everybody says, most of the time, when I look at the ranked match and see how many people, and look at the percentage, the first thing I go to is to look at the percentage at the 3-point bar, and if I see that joint almost above 35%, then I know all you're going to do is chuck up threes. Then my game is easy for me. All I have to do is lock down the perimeter and force you to go to the paint. I don't care. I will let you take the baseline. You chucked up them threes, I want you to. I beg you. But moving on from a different subject, though. Also, one more thing before we get off this. But one more thing before I get off the subject, real quick. Let me see. What was I about to say? Yeah, 2K. If you're listening, or if somebody can share this to 2K, I beg you, please take a look at the ideas that people are doing. Please do not take out. Please just do us a favor. I mean, I know these locker codes it's been hectic, and that's what the problem is. But some of the stuff like matchmaking, like waiting on a got next spot for almost 20 minutes, nah, matchmaking. Just name the game, matchmaking. I like it
I
better.
ain't, I ain't got a problem with got next because honestly, it give you a good time. Like you get to scout your opponent, stuff like that. But I feel like you should have two different options. You should have a lobby where it sends you straight to the game, and you should
Right.
have a got next where you can go to the lobby. Because let's say you just got an Xbox One, you ain't got no friends, you need to go play with some people. You can hop in the park and be like, hey, yo, I'm a rug. Can you teach me the ropes? Something like that. You can meet up with some people, and then y'all go to a lobby or something like that. But if you just, I feel like having everybody in the park, that's a lot of connection problems. You lumping everybody in one lump sum, and everybody connection getting stressed. I feel like you should just have
Yeah.
both. They just put both in the game. Let them choose what they want.
I also want to add this real quick. They should also let us have, especially for people, they should have like a private lobby or something like that for just friends only. Cause I mean the squad button, I mean it's all right, but like the squad, a lot of people don't rarely use the squad anyway. So people usually get the got next spot, but then the got next spot usually get held up by one person because he don't want to get off, and then like you have to wait, and that's why I don't like to go to JRC because most of the players out there, they be hogging up the got next spot, waiting for another player, one of their friends, and I'll be like, yo, I'm not about to waste my time on here. I might as well just go play a quick match or something, or just go back to the park, because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But moving on, the WWE 2K15 has finally released all their DLCs for for pretty much their whole game. The last one was the Path of the Warrior. It was the last DLC, and pretty much the Path of the Warriors pretty much have some. Well, actually, I think it's one match that's in that DLC that was in WWE 2K14, and I believe it was Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior Intercontinental Championship versus the WWE Championship. That was from WWE 2K14. So, I mean, that's not a complaint, but my question to you, Cavante, I know you haven't been playing the game for a while, but what do you think about some of the characters that that are part of the DLC? Well? Let me put it this way: it it if you go in an online match, will you play with these DLC characters online?
You're asking the wrong person this because I don't play with regular characters unless the connection's really bad and I have to. But let's say there was a no created characters. Yeah, I would use some Path of the Warrior DLC probably.
Mm.
The only
I
problem I
mean,
really have
honestly,
with the DLC is I feel like for the season pass you should get all the DLC free. Like the NXT Arrival pack, having to pay for that and already had the season pass and having to pay for like the extra moves. I just felt like I was
yeah.
wasting my money on this game, dog.
Another thing I also want to say is that WWE needs to bring back some of their creative stuff, like Create Arena and what else was it? It was Create Arena and something else. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, Create a Story. They have to bring those back, honestly, because I know how hard it is for editors and stuff like that. Because I know FAM they go into their universe modes and then they have to play like a rivalry, and then they have to use the cutscene from the rivalry and use it into their videos. And I know it's frustrating but they got to bring that back, honestly, because it really ruins the fact of having leagues and using regular arenas doesn't make no sense. I know I've been watching Black Black Dojo Gate for a while now, and it's been fun watching it because the editing put it into that like their whole videos. I like it. I love it. I know LG and LWD. They've been working on videos as well with the Black Dragon Gate, and it's fun watching. And instead of having their meter at the bottom, they replace it with like their name and then the cause picture from the main menu, which I like the most. It's very creative. I like it, but they really need to bring those back, honestly.
Honestly, the lack of having to like create a story, that's why my YouTube videos have slowed down because trying to use universe, I just can't do it. Like I done tried to get certain clips and put them together, and it's just not coming out right. It's not coming out the way I wanted it to. So if 2K16 goes right, maybe I start releasing some stuff for the summer just to get hyped for 2K15 because 16, I should say. Because even when you told me make like another attire, like I just could find like I just couldn't get hyped for this game no more because I'd done everything I could do.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, really, WWE. I mean, pretty much everything you have done in the game, pretty much. I mean, the only thing you could possibly do is if you do rank matches, but nobody rarely plays rank matches nowadays. I mean, there's nothing else to do on WWE besides, just play the game, play with your friends, universe, do another micro. I mean, once you're done with my career, what else is to play? Really, you gotta think about
I
it.
mean, the forced retirement is kind of what kills my career, but uh, if you could just stall for me real quick, hold on.
I got you. But another thing, guys, I also want to mention about is the retirement of AJ Lee. Uh, I People were talking about, oh man, why she got to retire and da 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 da. I kind of figured this was going to happen, because really there was nothing worth after WrestleMania with the Bella Twins, because pretty much with the Bella Twins, there was nothing going to be good after it. I mean, pretty much you're going to have nothing important to do. She's not going to be back in the title hunt, pretty much. I mean, she had her title. She was GM. She had a couple reign. She was the longest reigning Divas champion. Held it for 1 year. I think 1 year. I think I gotta double check that. But I kind of figured it was gonna happen because the things going on with her and Punk. And honestly, I would not be shocked if she actually goes to the UFC with him and does MMA. Because honestly, that would be a nice, pretty couple to both have in the UFC. But that's just me. What else was gonna talk about here in this podcast? Okay, yeah, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have been watching your favorite team and you've been keeping an eye on what they've been doing lately, well, you will guess it, the playoffs are coming up very soon. And right now, I'm gonna let you know right now, it's gonna be very interesting coming out of the Eastern Conference right now. Well, actually, out of both conferences, because right now, it's pretty much right now, everything is going down. It's my bad, guys, but pretty much everything's going down right now with a couple games left in the season and not a lot of time to get a playoff spot. This is where every team has to literally push for to get a playoff spot. Um, as you in the Eastern Conference, we got the Hawks taking the first place. The Cleveland Cavaliers got second, followed up by the Toronto Raptors and the Bulls being tied for third. Follow up with the Wizards being fifth, the Bucks being sixth, the Celtics getting that seventh spot in the East, and then the Brooklyn Nets just hanging on by a thread. If Indiana can win possibly these next couple games, they could possibly have a chance to take. Well, actually, if Brooklyn wins, they're they're out of the playoff spot. But at the moment right now, the Eastern Conference looks like it's going to be locked down. The only thing they need to worry about is the Bulls and the Raptors. Who's going to get the third spot and who will face Milwaukee? Because the Celtics are seventh right now. Miami took a drop because they were just in the playoff hunt and then they dropped. And now it's Brooklyn and Boston. They just hanging on for dear life because they're both tied with 26 and 42 as they're coming down the stretch. But I know my Bulls. We gotta get third place because I don't feel
Yo, I
like
can't hear
facing
you right
Washington.
now. Like, are you? Hello?
Dang. Yeah.
I can't hear you, dog.
You can't hear me? Dang.
Hello?
Can you hear me now? No?
I ain't heard you, bruh.
You can hear? Ah, dang. I could've, man. Dang. Damn it.
Did you accidentally mute yourself or something? Cause
Huh. No, I didn't mute myself. No, I should have won.
yo, testing.
I can hear him. I just can't. What the? I'll put that in the video real quick. Check the chat.
I can hear this.
Oh boy, this is bad.
Alright.
Just got back and I got you. I need to get my email popped back. Wait, sorry guys. Technical difficulties at the moment. Yeah, I had a little bit of a difficulty moment. Hopefully my boy Kavate comes back. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if he muted himself and then the computer went out. I don't know. Let me. Hopefully he got the stuff here. So another thing guys I want to mention is what was it? Oh yeah, the standings. Yeah, let's to the standings real quick. As I said before. All right, you back about to?
Yeah, I hear you.
Alright, see, I knew you had to like leave and come back. But yeah, Kavach, I was just talking about how the Eastern Conference is pretty much locked up at the moment. I mean, I guess if you want to put it that way. Because pretty much Boston and Brooklyn are basically tied for, I guess, 7th, if you want to put it that way. They're both tied, 36 and 42.
I mean, as much as I hate throwing games, I feel like, we just need to play for these picks. We get some good draft picks. We in the clear.
I mean, I know Boston, they haven't been in the playoffs. They haven't been in the playoff picture for a little while. So, I mean, I want to see Boston in the playoff. I want to see if they can prove themselves. That's what I want to see. Because I know this team is not bad. I don't want them to throw games. I want to see if they can prove themselves. If they can knock out Cleveland, I will be shocked. I will be amazed. Right now, they're actually beating Cleveland 92-84 right now.
I mean, Cleveland. I mean, as a Boston fan, I know we can beat Cleveland, but when it comes to playoff basketball,
Oh no!
I feel like Cleveland got too many options right now.
Wait.
And I feel like that's what we need to do. We need to get deeper and bench and just get some young talent.
I mean, I don't know if the Atlanta Hawks and Brooklyn are going to even last 5 games. That's all I need to know. If that's even going to last 5 games. Because Brooklyn, they've been on and off. They've been getting injuries, and then not only that, Darren Williams not even starting. It's OP. Not even gonna go there.
I mean, with Brooklyn, it's just them. They got to find the rhythm again. That's all it is to it. They got the team to do it. It's not like they have a bunch of bad players. I mean, 3 years ago, Darren Williams was in the top 5 point guards in the league. You couldn't say name your top 5 point guards without just saying Darren Williams. But
now it's
they just got to find their rhythm.
Moving on into the Western Conference, Golden State's on top with a 64-15 record, which I believe they hold the best. Yeah, they hold the best record right now. Followed up with Memphis, Houston tied for second. Which if Houston wins, they pretty much take over the second spot in the Western Conference. Portland's got that 4th spot. The Clippers got the 5th. San Antonio's holding on at that 6th. Dallas got that 7th spot, pretty nice.
If Houston's smart, they'll take that 3rd spot. They don't want to see San Antonio in the first round. Nobody wants to see San Antonio in the first round. Yeah, that's just the way I see it.
Cause trust me, that I know they're old, but they're smart though. They play slow, but they play smart. We saw that last year. I don't even want to go there with LeBron James, because if I talk about LeBron, some LeBron haters are going to be in the comment sections of this podcast talking about it. But the interesting part about this Western Conference, though, Cavante, is that the Pelicans and the Oklahoma City Thunder are fighting for the 8th spot, and they're both tied 42 with the record of 42 and 36 coming down the stretch.
It's the same story with both of the teams. Durant's been through injuries. Anthony Davis has been through injuries. What's the difference right now? Anthony Davis is playing, and I think that's the big difference. I think the Pelicans are going to take it, and Westbrook just going to have to wait to get his belt.
Because right now, both teams are pretty much fighting. I mean, right now, looking at the scores right now, OKC is up against Sacramento, and the Pelicans are beating down the Phoenix Suns, which I think they lost almost every game by buzzer beaters, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, they took a lot of L's, but
But just looking at this conference standings, do you see any teams that you think is going to be coming out of their respective conference in the or finals appearance?
Golden State is definitely up for talk the way they've been playing. I mean, you can't just say it's Steph Curry, even though he's having an MVP season. You can't just say it's Klay Thompson. You can't just say it's Iggy or Harrison. Like, they've been coming together as a team balling. I don't think the Clips might. I don't think they can make it out the first round, depending on who they go. If the Clippers get the San Antonio Spurs, that's a done deal.
They got no chance. They got no chance.
Because the Clippers, they've been playing ass for the talent they got, dog. Like, you can't have that much talent and you playing like a bottom feeding team, dog. Like, you getting dubs, but you're not winning how you should. And that's just crazy.
Yeah, the Clippers are they just make me want. They just amaze me sometimes how they play, and that's why Chris Paul. I think there was a video of Chris. There was a video saying, Kevin Hart saying, help me," and freaking Chris Paul got crossed over so many times by Steph Curry. It was so funny. I was dying. I was like, oh my god.
But out the East, I mean, because of the West, I'm saying Golden State, don't sleep on San Antonio.
Of
You can't
course.
sleep on any team in the West, actually, but, I'm
They
going to Golden State.
Yeah, they're snipers out here, dog. They're snipers.
And out the East, as much as people say in Cleveland, the Hawks. The Hawks are hungry.
I cannot, even though
And that's coming from a Celtics fan. I mean, I love beating down on the Hawks can play all time, but the Hawks are hungry.
I mean, we never thought that the Atlanta Hawks, this team, were actually going to get first place. We were assuming that Cleveland was going to get first place, Chicago was going to get first place. No, this team shot the whole Eastern Conference, and it's put the Eastern Conference on notice. They're saying, you thought that we were going to be a one-and-done team. No, we're still in this, and don't forget about us. That's what I think.
At the beginning of the season, if you said predict the spot for the Hawks, I would have said 4 or 5. I wouldn't have guessed 1. I wouldn't put the Cleveland at 1 because they got off to a bad start and they had no chemistry.
Right off the bat.
Honestly, I'm surprised Miami ain't up there. They got a good team, but they don't have chemistry. It's just a lack of chemistry in the East, and that's something that the Hawks got. The Hawks, I mean, they got a couple of trades here and there, but overall, that team, they know each other. They know how they play, and they got identity. A lot of these other teams don't.
And the thing about the Atlanta Hawks I like about this team is that the productiveness and the two big guys down in the paint, they like to bang out. Paul Millsap, a great development. Al Horford becoming one of them great centers now. He's pretty good this season. And honestly, this is where teams gonna have to start respecting because these guys game. Because honestly, I think this team can pretty much get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think this team can actually do it. With the team they got, I think there's no way. There's no way. If they face Cleveland wouldn't even. I don't even think Cleveland can handle this team. How they play, there's no way. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, we already know Cleveland was gonna get back in the playoff spot. They haven't been in the playoffs since 2010. But you know, LeBron had to go get his rings and then come back, act like is everything okay? Like you could have just stayed there, had the development. Y'all possibly could have won a ring in Cleveland, but you didn't want to wait. You didn't want to go somewhere where you could possibly have a chance to win a ring. Which, by the way, you got 2 of them, so
He
you
better
should
be
be happy
thanking
about it. But I'm not
he
gonna.
better be thanking Ray Allen for one of them rings and a short season for the other one.
He's right. I'm still tripping about that.
Yo,
I'm like, how?
because that short season, I'm not letting any Heat fan or LeBron fan lay that down. That was a short season. You need a full season for every team to get the hell out. But that second year, Ray Allen saved that ass. That was
He's
Ray Allen. That, as a Celtics fan, that hurt me. When I saw him get that little glimpse of light, I said it's going in. It ain't shit you can do about it. But Ray Allen
because
saved.
Cause when I saw Kawhi Leonard miss one of his free throws, I was like, oh no. I was like, please tell me there's not gonna be a miracle happening. Please tell me there's not gonna be a miracle happening. And as soon as I saw Ray Allen get the ball and it released out of his fingertips, there was only one possibility that was going through my mind. I was like, this guy's gonna hit it. There's no way. Like, this man is a dead-eye shooter. You are not gonna tell me Ray Allen's gonna miss this. You can lie to my face. You can tell me that man's gonna miss. Bruh. When I saw him release from his fingertips and then went in, my heart dropped and I literally cried on the floor. I was like, oh my god. I was like, really? Like, they just got lucky. But San Antonio got him back, though. San Antonio did get him. They got him back, though. Honestly, that should have been a sweep. But I'm not going to complain. I'm still happy. And I was like, bruh, y'all nearly got swept by a team that had a bunch of veterans. And then not only that, their ball movement was so smooth. The Miami Heat got tired, pretty much. And then LeBron, you know, cramping up, being a baby. That's just him, I guess.
I mean, I used to talk a lot of trash about LeBron complaining cramps. But after that cramp I got, I see why. I see why.
Yeah, that potassium. I know, but LeBron had the potassium joints, man. Yeah, I think LeBron got a lot of potassium for that, though.
I feel like the difference is I'm a young cat in the house who caught a cramp, you know, just chilling, and it was just a bad day. Nigga, they got icy hot. They got anything you need over there, bro. I mean, hey, you gotta play through that, especially when your team needs you.
Oh yeah. You know, but pretty much, I'm pretty much happy right now. Right now, as it stands for me, when it comes to games, I think my favorite game right now at the moment is what is it? It's pretty much Mortal Kombat at the moment. Mortal Kombat's been occupying my time. I stopped playing Dragon Ball Z for a little bit, but you know I'll get back on it. That Dying Light, that joint fire, of course. That joint fire as heck. Honestly, they need to make I think they should make another one. Honestly, because that game was so good.
I know, but they coming out with some DLC, and I feel like, and they said that's going to improve the game in a big way. So I'm trying to see what they're doing with that.
I mean, I've been checking out news for that lately about what they're gonna be doing with the DLC and stuff like that. But Dying Light, that's that fire. Madden, I don't know about Madden. I think Rick Money explains the word Madden in 2 words. He sucks badly. I'm gonna just let him know right now. He sucks when it comes to playing Madden. I mean, he does. He claims that he's good. I mean, he talked about his he talked about his Eagles. Yeah, you trade your running back, your running back, your best decent running back, Shady McCoy, and y'all didn't get no. They got Ryan Matthews in free agency, I believe. Yeah, they got Ryan Matthews. Y'all trade, and I was like, bruh, they ain't no threat now. I can't talk for myself because we need to get rid of Cutler ASAP. Like Jay Cutler gotta go. All that money we paid him, he gotta go.
I mean, I'm from St. Louis, so our time gonna come. I'm just waiting on it. Just like with the Celtics, our time gonna roll back around. We gonna have our era again.
Yeah, that's true. But just to get a little bit off topic real quick before we get off the podcast, I don't know if you heard about this, Cavante, but if you did, I'm pretty sure. I think this is all over Facebook and stuff. But if you did know that guy from South Carolina, that one cop that shot an innocent unarmed black man, he got charged. I was wondering what was your opinion about that? Uh-oh, serious time.
As much as I want to talk about this, as an unarmed, young, educated black man in the city of St. Louis, I could die at any moment. I ain't got a problem talking to you about this, but not on camera, man. Not on camera.
Anyhow, just to say something real quick, you guys, as an innocent black man, and you know how police brutality has gotten to an all-time high, I'm scared for my life, honestly, because knowing what the police doing nowadays, they shooting people, they killing black folks, even though they're not even armed, they're not even dangerous, they killing people, and honestly, at this point, I'm scared for my life, because honestly, I don't know what they're gonna do now, because I don't know if they're gonna pull me over and then all of a sudden they're gonna shoot me because I didn't give them what they want or I disagree with what they said. I'm scared for my life, honestly.
They gonna shoot you because you're reaching for your driver's license, and they gonna say you was reaching for a gun.
Exactly. Like that's why I barely leave the house to go play basketball, because there's cops all over the park, and every time I go over there, there's that one cop that be like, "What's in your pockets?" And I'll be like, I'm not about to pull anything out of my pocket because you're gonna be claiming it's a gun and then you're probably gonna shoot me. I'm not about to do that. He's like, I'd be like, if you want to go in my pocket, go ahead. You can check me. I don't got no gun.
I mean, honestly, there are some officers around there trying to do their part and still serve and protect. Like I saw that video of those two cops playing basketball against those two young bucks getting their ankle broke and stuff. And I mean, that's a good image. Well, getting your ankles broken, being on the ground, not a good image. But getting up there and playing with the community, a good image. And the fact that they trying. I mean, because honestly, the way I'm looking at cops right now, if you a gangster right now, just join the police force, you can murk off anybody you want to.
I mean, pretty much it's like, it's not like I always tell people, and everybody's having protests. It's like, oh, they're killing our black people. They just need to go to hell. They need to be sent to death row. I'm like, and then I'm like, but then again, why are we not protesting for better education? Why are we not protesting for dads staying with their child? Why are we not protesting for stuff like this? Yet y'all want to protest about black people getting killed. It's not like all cops are bad. I mean, I'm saying, like, all cops are not bad. It's just that they're trying their best to make sure the image is not that bad. I mean, there's some cops that are just bonkers, but not all cops are, like, bad. It's just people just take. It's like as soon as people just see cops, they're just like, oh no, I don't mess with the 5-0. I don't mess with them. They're ops.
I mean, but you gotta know your area too. Like in the city of St. Louis, unless something pop off, our cops leaving us alone. I ain't gotta worry about a cop talking to me until I go to the county or something. I mean, because Ferguson, everybody think that's like a dangerous part of the city. That was a county. I mean, nothing really popped off in Ferguson. What happened was, it was a part where a lot of white people lived in, and the more black people moved out there, the more white people moved out, and it became a black neighborhood. Businesses started leaving, the neighborhood wasn't broke. Cops did the wrong thing at the wrong time, and if you spark a lighter next to gasoline, it's gonna catch fire and blow up in your face, and that's what happened, dog.
I mean, that's what it is now. I mean, honestly, and people keep telling me, oh, this is, I think protesting against the cops are well, but yet we're not. But that's not our only problem. Y'all worrying about certain stuff, but there's other stuff that needs to be protested about, like getting a better education. Like Like, nobody talks about that. Yet y'all want to talk about guns, that cops need to be going to jail. They need to get the death penalty. Nobody focuses on other stuff. Like, that's the thing. I just have a
I
problem
mean,
with it.
or other focuses. I mean, because being down here where like everybody doing this marching and stuff. I mean, there are other focuses. The reason the focus is on the cops so hard is because it hasn't stopped yet. It's still happening. I mean, when it happened down here in St. Louis, okay, it was a big deal because it just started, and they said they didn't have enough evidence. It happened in New York. You had the evidence. You still got away with it. Then it happened here. Then it happened there. It's still happening. That's why it's such a big deal. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know if you should start testing the cops, seeing if they right in the head. I don't know if you should start giving them special glasses to where they can see. Give them binocular glasses or something, because y'all shouldn't people saying they got guns. I could be pulling out a piece of gum and you could say I got a gun. No, I mean,
Cops nowadays, they can use anything to say. If you like digging for something, they always claim, "Oh, you got a gun in your pocket. You trying to shoot me?" They can basically say, "Oh, that was self-defense," and get away with it. They just got away with murder.
I mean, and this is the problem with me. I'm 20 years old, 6'3", 300 pounds. If I wanted to go beat somebody up, I can do it. If I wanted to go rob a liquor store, I can do it. I play basketball, I play video games, I go hunting, and I'm about to try and get my license conceal and carry. So if I'm a young black man from the city and I have a conceal and carry, if they say stop, he's got a gun, do you think they're going to care about my conceal and carry? They're going to say I have a gun, I'm young, I'm black, and I'm a thug. So honestly, we just got to stop the stereotype.
Yeah, it's a lot of stereotyping going on, and that's why most people. I mean, really, I mean, I think one day I will actually put a real life story right now. I'll tell you guys. So I was going down to I was in my I was in the backyard, and there was like this little lot where you could play baseball and stuff. So we were just playing there, and then there was like this little tractor trailer. So what I did was I went away, and I walked over to like somebody's house, maybe about three houses down from the thing. Somebody was on it and playing on it, and then not knowingly I was like, all right guys, I'll catch y'all later, peace. So I went back to my house. All of a sudden the cop pulled up. He's like, put your hands on the car. I was like, why am I putting my hands on the car? He's like, put your hands in the car. I was like, what I do? He's like, put your hands on the car. I was like, I didn't do anything. And then I was like, he's like, where's your identification? I was like, it's in my pocket. Let me go get it. He's like, no, put your hands up. I'm like, you told me. I was like, no, what? I'm not even gonna try it. And then the guy put me in handcuffs, shoved me in the car. I'm like, what the heck? What'd I do? Sure enough, there was one guy recording, and he was like, yo, this guy's innocent, let him go. And then this guy's like, did you really have your ID? I was like, you want to check my pockets? Because you really could check my pockets, because, I am handcuffed like this. Like, so the dude went in my pocket, checked that I had my ID and stuff, and I'm like, can I go, please? He's like, where's your house? I'm like, right there. Can I go? He's like, yeah, go ahead. Like, the stereotyping is real. You can't get away from it. It's going to be everywhere.
I mean, and what you got to distinct is, I mean, cops got a name because a lot of this stuff, but a lot of cops, even though it sounds wrong, they do that type of stuff for fun. Some cops will be bored and just like go around, scaring young black guys because they can. And I mean, it's just a bad topic right now.
And for all my subscribers watching, that's why I always go to church. Try to go on Wednesdays, try to go on Sundays. I preach a little bit. When I have time, I try to preach as much as I can. I got Bible class on Tuesdays. The most important things for you guys, I want to say to my subscribers, is always be safe. And always, if the cop...
Wait. One thing I heard you talk about this whole podcast, the WrestleMania, though.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to make a review about that. Oh, yeah. But, guys, let me get to my topic real quick. Let me just put this out there right now. For anybody that's watching this podcast, I'm going to put it this way. That WrestleMania made me want to laugh and made me want to cry. It was so horrific but the only best part though, how Randy Orton transitioned from that curb stomp into that. Did you see how far that Seth Rollins went in the air and I was
Yeah,
like, bruh. I was
yeah,
like, Randy Orton does not disappoint when it comes to WrestleMania matches. He will give you a 5-star match all the time. But when he catapulted Seth Rollins, that had to take a lot of strength. You have to do this. He got to go up in the air and he flopping in the air like he's a bird. And then his U-suit come down. I'm like, that's got to be like a new catapult or something. That's got to be like a new animation if somebody's trying to counter into a finisher. RKO!
I mean, honestly, like I feel like the match was shorter than I would have liked it, but it was a great match. That RKO was RKO of the year. I mean, I didn't watch the Bray Wyatt Taker match because I feel like the Taker match has just lost its luster. I know Taker won. I'm glad that he won, but
I mean, honestly, for you guys that did watch it, I will tell you this: there was really no purpose of watching it. I mean, when Brock broke the streak, there was really nothing to watch it. I mean, yeah, it was kind of cool seeing Taker and his big evil type of hair, and him versus Bray Wyatt. Which honestly, it was a good match. I mean, it was crazy, but it was a good match. But there was really nothing interesting about it. The ladder match. Intercontinental Championship ladder match.
I felt like it could have been better.
It could have been better.
With the talent they had, I mean, all the bull hammers and stuff, I like it, but
It's too much after a while.
I feel like WWE is focusing too much on finishers, not enough on the actual wrestling.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
Sting and Triple H match, I loved.
the NWO and DS coming out,
Yes.
I was like, yo, that was pretty sick. And then the night after WrestleMania, Sting said, I don't know what we're going to do next, and everybody was chanting, Undertaker, Undertaker. If WWE does this, everybody's going to watch that match. I'm telling you, everybody's going to watch it.
Because the reason I love that NWO versus DX thing so much is because after they bought WCW, a lot of DX members joined NWO. So I didn't know if there were going to be people changing sides or if there would be like, X-Pac could have switched at any minute, Shawn Michaels could have switched at any minute.
Yeah.
Anything could have happened. And honestly, I don't think they're done with Sting because Sting wants Taker, Taker wants Sting. I feel like that's why Bray Wyatt didn't kill him off. I feel like that's why Taker got that win to kind of get something back so he can muster up a little bit more for Sting. I know a lot of people want to see Sting and John Cena.
Yeah, a lot of people want to be saying Sting and John Cena because that's two greats right there, just in itself. But mostly, I want to see if WWE takes this in the right direction. They have to put Sting and Undertaker. That's got to be like the main event. I don't care what you say. That's got to be main event worthy. Title matches don't matter no more. You put those guys at the main event, everybody's going to be hyped for it.
Oh, of course. But since we're talking about main events, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, how'd you feel about that?
To be honest, heading into that match, I will tell you this, Cavante, my expectations as a wrestler, as a guy that watched wrestling, my expectation wasn't that high for that match, honestly. Because I already had, the things, planned out in my mind. I already knew that Brock Lesnar was probably going to either beat Roman Reigns, and I kind of figured that Seth Rollins was going to cash in on Brock Lesnar. But then it hit me in the back of my mind, and then on Facebook, if you remember Dez, remember how Dean Ambrose talked about that he was not gonna let Seth Rollins cash in that Money in the Bank contract ever? Yeah, that did not happen. I was like, but them suplexes though.
But Dean Ambrose had his own thing to worry about, and honestly, Suplex City, bitch. That was hilarious.
I was like, Suplex City. I'm like, oh my god, get him, Brock, get him. Oh, I was like,
but my goodness, see, when I saw Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns fighting, because as much as people like to say it's scripted, it's a match, throwing punches like that ain't fake, dog. Like, those are hitting you, those sting.
Bruh, when I saw them punches, they weren't just regular just punches. it felt like heavy hitting in that heavy bag. Like these guys were chalking at each other. They were going back and forth with them punches. I'm like, God dang! I'm shocked their jaws ain't cracked yet. Goodness.
Because when I saw that cut on Brock Lesnar's face, I said, of course they want to play. The monster wants to play with his food, but that cut sold it because Brock Lesnar was pissed that his face got cut.
Because as soon as you see red on your face, your eyes turn red, and the only thing you see is the opponent who started it, and pretty much you're done.
And I love the way Roman Reigns did that Samoan Pride thing because we've seen The Rock get beat and he never gave up. We've seen I mean, if you want to take it back to Jimmy Snuka, like that attitude he had, I loved it. Him fighting back and making the comeback, I loved it. People thinking there was a chance Roman Reigns could win. That's what I like because Roman Reigns is a young fighter. If anybody back there can fight with Brock Lesnar, all right, besides Big Show, because I feel like Big Show can throw hands with him, it would be Roman Reigns. And, hey, I like what they did. Seth Rollins cash in. It was the perfect time if he was going to cash in.
I mean, I would agree with the Big Show, but I don't think it would be. Yeah, Big Show can toss hands with Brock. It's just that he's becoming more softer and softer by each day, and then the story writers and all this other stuff. So I don't even think I could possibly throw hands with him. But I think another person that could throw hands with him is the Undertaker because he can throw hands. Like he's known as the best striker in the world. The best brawler.
He too old for that. I mean, Big Show, yeah, he got age on him too, but. See, the WWE doesn't showcase the Big Show's athleticism. The Big Show can do what a lot of these small guys can do. And when it comes to striking, if Brock Lesnar goes in there trying to big man Big Show, it's not going to work. That's why I say fight like hands like this. A fight, Big Show can give Brock hands, and that's why I said that. I love how Roman Reigns saved Seth Rollins with that spear out the F5. Just to get hit with a curb stomp, I feel like that was a nice turn of events.
Yeah, and I was like, bruh, did he really just do that?
I mean, it was exciting because honestly, I feel like he should have waited till after the F5 was over. But it's the heat of the moment. It seemed like it was real, and that's what you want to see. You want it to feel real, and they did a good job at WrestleMania.
I honestly, overall WrestleMania, everybody was talking about it was probably the worst WrestleMania ever. Honestly, I was like, well, you can't just say it's the worst, but I wouldn't say it would have been good either. I say it was all right, but some matches want to make you want to fall asleep. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Seth Rollins was gonna become WWE World Heavyweight Champion. We already knew WWE was gonna make the transition. We already know it was coming. It was just a matter of time. So, and then another thing is that WWE now mentioning that Randy Orton didn't get his rematch for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship since he got curb stomped by Seth Rollins. He never got his chance back, so he had to earn it back in a triple threat match, which makes no sense. But I guess
that's the authority plan they gave. But all right, a lot of people say the WrestleMania wasn't good. Let's say I told everybody before WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar was going to have Seth Rollins on his shoulders setting up for the F5, and Seth Rollins would win. Nobody would believe me. They would say, okay, Seth Rollins might get up, but he's not going to keep Brock down. But that's the thing. Seth Rollins didn't cash in before. He didn't cash in after. He cashed in during, turned it into a triple threat, and used it to his advantage. And, I love the mentality. The WWE needs to do stuff like that, keep us on our toes, and quit trying to gimmick everything. Sometimes all we want to see is a good fight.
Pretty much. Honestly, if WWE right now what they're doing is that since bringing up some new talent from NXT, I know Adrian Neville, his name is now Neville. Of course, with this one name thing, I'm getting irritated, but I'm gonna let it slide. He's gonna. I don't know where his career is gonna go. I don't know if he's gonna get a push in the mid card title spot. I don't know yet. Curtis Axel, that gimmick with Axelmania, I'm done. I'm done with the WWE creating storylines because he's gonna lose every freaking match, and I'm tired of
Yeah,
looking. I'm
he's a
like,
jobber, and if you were to tell me Curtis Axel was a relative of Mr. Perfect right now, I
I
wouldn't
would be
believe it
like,
because the WWE, they have so much talent. They don't they don't like having like a balance of wins and losses. They have their jobbers. They have the small balance of wins and loses, and then they have their WWE gods that barely lose. If you could push everybody closer to that middle, because I would love to see Adrian Neville take a loss to act like Curtis Axel, and then this Axelmania thing, because that would say, "Oh right, Curtis Axel's not a bum. He's not going to lose to every person he fights."
pretty much.
Like how fucking Wade Barrett was losing every match before that title match. You know he wasn't going to win because he couldn't get a win.
Mm.
You gotta give him some wins and let people know there's a chance he can win.
Pretty much. What else? What I was gonna talk about? Let me see. What was I had to get it off the top of my head because my sister came in. Let me see. Neville is doing pretty well. He do it. I mean, pretty much. I think right now WWE is just trying to sell in with their new talent, pretty much. John Cena being the U.S. champion, not bad. Not bad, dropping himself out of a main event spot to be mid card.
I honestly, I heard they're going to replace the U.S. Championship, and they say John Cena's the guy to help do it because with Rusev, I think the new look wouldn't be appropriate because it's going to be like dedicated to the U.S. But I feel like you shouldn't have given the win to John Cena. I would have appreciated Jack Swagger getting the win over John Cena, honestly. But hey, at least John Cena's doing something else besides.
Main event after main event after main event
Yeah.
after main event. I mean, I don't know how many times we see John Cena on TV and how many times people boo that man. But finally, he's actually getting some people back on his side.
Yeah, and I feel like that was a smart move by the WWE because they want him to be that face again. And hey, when you got America behind you, who wants to boo America?
Exactly. I'm like, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm not gonna trip about it. So it's just how it is. It's just how the WWE is at the moment. If John Cena, Daniel Bryan, two top guys, mid card champions, and it is what it is. Seth Rollins, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. I don't even think my only thing is with WWE is that I don't think there should be no point of having the cross brand thing no more, because pretty much everybody. The storyline from Monday Night Raw basically transferred over to SmackDown, so pretty much there's nothing really to do, actually, for having brands, separate rosters for brands, because pretty much the roster from Monday Night Raw basically transfers all the way to SmackDown. So
I mean, and honestly, I don't like that because that means everybody gets two shows to show that they're the guy. Back when there was two different rosters, two different brands, you had the guys from here and the guys from here. That's more people to show that they have talent. Now it's just the same people.
like
And
like Neville had two back-to-back matches. What you call it? What you call it? The Intercontinental Championship scramble thing again. They were back. John Cena did it again. Damien Mizdow, though, I will say this: that dude is the man. I will say that Damien Mizdow is the man.
it's funny, a lot of people said they didn't like the Damien Mizdow thing. I knew something like this was going to happen, and I like the push they're giving Damien Sandow or Mizdow. I think they're pushing him in the right direction because he's talented.
I mean, when he finally got off the leash and when he actually started wrestling, like as soon as he actually got away from the Miz being a tag team champion, I think where he got pushed, when he got so far pushed by the Miz and how the story writers came up with that, I think that was the time where he can show his talents. And I think this Miz and Mizdow rivalry is gonna come out great, especially how he took Miz out on Thursday. I was about to say Friday, and he kissed Summer Rae. I was like, bruh, this dude is the man. He is the man now.
But it's funny because they can also still showcase Miz because they're trying to turn Miz into that loser. The Miz is talented. They can still show people that you like Miz now. This is what it looks like when a heel wins. You know, that Skull Crusher finale stuff like that. And
Yeah.
they got options now.
I mean, I want to see. I don't know if Summer Rae. I don't know if WWE is gonna incorporate Summer Rae into the storyline, but I gotta see. I gotta see this. I'm telling you, because what I saw on when I was watching the highlights and how Mizdow, he was locking up. He was just locking it in there, and I was like, bruh, they gotta do something with this. There's no way they can pass this up. There's just no way I see this happening.
I don't know what they're gonna do with Summer Rae because a lot of Diaz then got let off the roster, like Maria and stuff, just being a accomplice to a storyline.
I mean, pretty much. I heard that they were changing the Divas division. They were reamping it. And I'm like, okay, why are we amping the Divas division? Question mark.
I mean, honestly, they just need to spice up the Divas. I mean, honestly, if you want to see a Divas division, that's what NXT is for right now. And as much as it sounds like as bad as it sounds, that's the truth.
I mean, NXT is pretty much like Lucha. Well, I want to say it's like Lucha Underground. I don't want to say that because Lucha Underground, that's a whole different ball game with that. Not to mention, they have their own championship. They got the Mega Championship, and now they have a Trio Tag Team Championship.
That's nice. And I feel like the WWE should have incorporated that a long time ago.
And I'm about to go watch it after this podcast, but I mean, they have one of the top Mexican championship in their programming. And none of that stuff doesn't look scripted to me, honestly. Lucha Underground is pretty much mostly Mexican type base, but still, the unpredictability, the stuff that keeps you on your toes, I mean, it's amazing. NXT does the same thing, but it's not like as exciting as Lucha Underground is.
Alright.
But
I still haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it because I've been getting back into ROH a little bit. I love ROH's wrestling, but the promos still need work. WWE, I love their promos, but their wrestling needs work. Maybe I need to watch Lucha Underground because that sounds like a good mix.
Because pretty much you can get nice high flying action, nice, and I mean promos. You have to be the judge of that one because I mean the promos can go north or south with that one, so it depends.
I mean, if you got a big guy yelling Spanish, you didn't lose.
I
mean, hey, you can never go wrong with this yelling Spanish at somebody.
Man, but yeah.
Especially if it's a young Latina doing it, boy. Yo,
oh my God!
Make me catch a plane real quick.
yeah. But pretty much, guys, that's pretty much the end of the podcast. I want to thank everybody that got the chance to watch this podcast. Hopefully, next Friday we will have different subjects and different times. But any last thoughts before we get out of here, Cavante?
Be humble.
Just be humble, man. My final thoughts before we get off this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say this. Shout out to them Old Town Flyers. We beasting out there. Make sure we keep getting them dubs. Sunset, y'all ain't jack no more, because all y'all are a bunch of 7-foot cheeses. River City, I still got respect for y'all. Shout out to y'all. But Sunset, no respect. I lost all respect for y'all. Y'all cheesing. Y'all sorry. I can't wait to face y'all after we done with this podcast. Y'all about to be the real MVP after I'm dunking on all y'all. But, guys, I will be having a video tomorrow. I think it's going to be my Portland Trailblazer series. I'm going to continue that on NBA Live 10. And Cavante, I'm thinking about reviewing NBA Live 07 because I got the money to do it. So I'm thinking about getting a copy from Amazon, and it's gonna be reviewing time. It's all good, but
I
but
mean,
that's
I would love to tell my fans I got a new video dropping, but
just
I
gotta.
mean, in the next day, in the next week, the next month, in the next couple years, there will be a video dropping.
But yeah, guys,
I
that's
got
pretty
y'all.
much. But yeah, pretty much that's pretty much it, guys. But keep doing y'all thing out there, guys. Keep doing y'all thing, especially if any of you guys that are working to get that Legend 3. Keep working hard. But this is Elite X9 signing out for you guys. Peace, and we will be back Friday for another No Holds Barred podcast. But until next time, peace out, and we'll be back on the sticks tomorrow.
Let's do it.